أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا أقسم بهذا البلد وأنت حل بهذا البلد ووالد وما ولد لقد خلقنا الإنسان في كبد أيحسب أن لن يقدر عليه أحد يقول أهلكت مالا لبدا أيحسب أن لم يره أحد ألم نجعل له عينين ولسانا وشفتين ألم نجعل له عينين ولسانا وشفتين وهديناه النجدين صدق الله العظيم صلى الله على محمد وآل محمد.
In the name of God, the most gracious, the dispenser of grace. Nay, I call to witness this land in which thou art free to dwell, and I call to witness parent and offspring. Verily, we have created man into a life of pain, toil, and trial. Does he then think that no one has power over him? He boasts, I have spent wealth abundantly. Does he then think that no one sees him? Have we not given him 2 eyes and a tongue and a pair of lips, and shown him the 2 highways of good and evil? Sadaqallahu al-Azim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ahmed Khwaja and I'll be your MC for this program. I would like to welcome everyone, especially our friends from the Independent Jewish Voices, Susan Weiss, a Holocaust survivor, an author whose book Holocaust to Resistance we will be introducing later. Susan will also be speaking later this afternoon. We would also like to welcome John Riddell, who is an activist for social and justice causes for many years. We are also pleased to have in our midst Karen Rodman of Just Peace Activists and her daughter Michaela, who is doing her master's at York University focusing on Kashmir. Karen and Michaela have been longtime supporters of the Palestinian struggle. They have extended their support to the Kashmiri cause as well, for which we are very grateful. We also have longtime friend Tony Seed, a journalist and author, who has written about Palestine and NATO. And we also have Sid Ryan, who is the former president of the Ontario Federation of Labour. There are other guests who will be introducing as well as we proceed. We will be having 2 programs today. Firstly, we have designated this day as Islamic History Month, since we celebrated in October to highlight the contribution of Muslims, past and present in various fields. Secondly, October 27th has historically been observed as Kashmir Black Day by the people of Kashmir as well as their friends and allies worldwide. If you look around the hall, you will see on my right a display of photographs, manuscripts of the Quran, and display boards depicting the history of Islam and Muslims in Canada, as well as display boards by our girls' class from the Sunday Islamic School. There are also panels highlighting the discoveries of Muslim scientists, mathematicians, engineers, doctors, and others throughout history. There are certain areas in which Muslim mathematicians had excelled and made remarkable contributions. For example, we all have cell phones and computers, and these are based off of things called algorithms. And the word algorithm is actually a Latinized version of the name Al-Khwarizmi, who is a brilliant Muslim mathematician of the 9th century who discovered the binary system. And I'm sure you've all heard of the name Avicenna. This is a Latinized form of his real name, Ibn Sina. He was a polymath, and his most outstanding contribution was in the field of medicine. His book, Qanun at-Tibb, or the Book of Medicine, was taught in medical schools for nearly 500 years. Even today, the surgical instruments that he invented are being used in hospital operating rooms. There are brief outlines of other Muslim scientists and engineers that you will find on the boards and brochures that are available on the tables. Muslims have been in Canada a lot longer than is generally assumed. One of our speakers this afternoon will touch on this, but there is also a display panel that gives a visual presentation. We invite you to look at this during the break or at the end of the program. This represents our past as Muslims, and we are proud of it. Our present, however, is not so good. The plight of the people of Kashmir is reflective of this sad state, as is that of the people of Palestine, Yemen, and a host of other areas. We will be talking about the Kashmiri people and what we can do to help them. There are some panels on my left displaying their suffering. These are the victims of the Indian Army's brutality. Our speakers will touch on some of these aspects, as well as the significance of October 27th as the Black Day for Kashmiris. Once again, thank you for joining us this afternoon. After the first part of our program that will deal with the Muslim contribution to science and math, we will take a short break at 4:30 for prayers as well as tea and coffee. We will resume at 5 p.m. for the second half of our program, which will focus on Kashmir.